Our big story this afternoon, this was sentencing day in a gruesome crime. A man accused of dumping body parts in the desert near Prescott will spend the next 4 years behind bars.
Walter Mitchell was convicted of dumping body parts he took from his own business where people could donate their bodies to science. And he claimed that he did it to show how bad the body donation business could be. Good afternoon and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 4. I'm Tram Mai.
And I'm Mark Curtis. Team 12's William Pitts has more on what happened in court as the victims' families told their stories.
Right leg, no hip of unidentified male number 1.
The reading of all the charges took nearly 10 minutes.
Right arm with shoulder of unidentified male.
They were body parts dumped in the desert near Prescott, but they were also people.
Left arm, no shoulder of Amanda West.
People with families who never thought their loved ones would end up here.
I believe to him she was unproductive inventory, but to us, of course, she was much more than that.
David Griffin's daughter Amanda was one of those people. Parts of her body were found in the desert after Walter Mitchell drove them from Seattle and left them near Prescott.
Mr. Mitchell took her final wish and threw it out, threw her remains out that were supposed to be used for good, and just threw them out like they were yesterday's garbage.
Other victims' families were listening in on the hearing, but only David Griffin wanted to speak in court.
Every family involved in this case feels exactly the same way.
Walter Mitchell used to run a body donation business called Future Gen X in the Seattle area. It was a place where people could donate their bodies to science. But prosecutors said Mitchell closed shop one day, loaded bodies in a truck, and headed to Arizona.
I believe it's a leg. That's what we saw just now.
Hikers found the first set of body parts west of Prescott.
I think they kind of threw some dirt and rocks.
Hunters found a second dumping site north of town. Some of the body parts still had tags from Mitchell's business. Police records show when police found Mitchell, he refused to answer questions.
And I think in some ways, Walter lost his mind.
During sentencing, Mitchell's lawyer, who said he only talked to his client a few times, said Mitchell did it for a reason.
And his point was to explain the perils of this industry.
Mitchell's case did bring more attention to the business of body donation. In Arizona, there are no regulations on who can run a body donation business. Mitchell's lawyer told the court that attention should get him a lesser sentence.
Today, family coming up, that hurts. That hurt me. And I take responsibility for what I did.
When the time came for Mitchell to speak, he said nothing about his motive, only that he was sorry.
And I just want to repeat, if this helps the family at all, then I'm sorry.
Prosecutors were asking for a minimum of 18 years in prison, but the judge said she's had murderers who served less time than that. She sentenced Walter Mitchell to 6¼ years in prison with credit for time served and a $2,500 fine. William Pitts, 12 News.